Ding ding dinging live. That joke was a lot funnier if you actually heard the previous part of the stream that only Freest and Brady heard ever. So it's a thin stream today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's there's not too huge. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to
You forgot to do the live in 5 minutes thing, didn't you?
live in now, lol. Forgot my friends.
Just post help. Brady's here.
Man, so hey Berg, you want to know what happened to me the other day that was actually kind of fucking awesome?
Oh, I do, yeah.
So when my work got shut down because of coronavirus, they told me to come back in on the 7th, right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about the quarantine getting extended in the US, so I just got up early on the 7th, shuffled my ass to work at 10 a.m. as usual. I get in, only people there are cleaning crew. They're telling me, oh yeah, by the way, we're shut down until the end of April now.
Damn.
But since you decided to come in and we actually need a few extra people, we'll bring you in under the table for today and tomorrow for the cleaning shift. Then, yesterday, I ended up getting something else pretty good. So, part of my job was to clean out an old server room we have upstairs for, I guess, the company website, right? And they were just going to e-cycle a whole bunch of shit. And out of that, I managed to get, for free, 3 old desktops, 5 of those old mini PCs that you can find, 2 laptops, and about, I want to say about maybe 8 or so hard drives.
If you hook them all up together, right, can they run Crisis?
I mean, probably. Probably.
It would be easier to fold proteins to cure the coronavirus than run Crisis.
Here's something.
No lie though, I'm gonna turn at least the hard drives of one of the computers into a server. Maybe I'll like start a game online or something for the Discord server. I don't know.
Oh,
Minecraft server that is actually shadowed as a pedo ring.
I think that we have a Minecraft server. I think Sandro has a Minecraft server that is technically open to everyone on the server. And I know that Neo has a Minecraft server. I think we have several Minecraft servers.
Okay, fuck it then. You know what I'll do? A Skyrim Together server, damn it.
Damn. So we do actually...
Sorry.
We do actually have something to review tonight. I was at the Turkish supermarket today to buy some feta cheese, and these smiled at me. Ülker albeni tane tane. This is sütlü çikolata ve karamel aromalı krema kapli bisküvi in the convenient avantage paketi.
Bless you.
I have no idea what this is.
I recognize some of the words. I'm gonna guess it's some kind of creme de caramel thing?
Yeah, it's like a Turkish thing. And I mean, it's probably not a traditional Turkish thing, it's a Turkish manufacturer of
If anything, it might be Posta Mustafa al-Turk because of all the French influence that came in after his
But this is like, it's like, maybe the thing is also in German, because they do sell it in Germany. I think it's milk, chocolate, and caramel flavored cream-coated biscuits. That's what this is.
So it's basically a Turkish take on a German.
No, I think this is just a sweet. Oh, they're a lot smaller than I thought. Now this is how big they are. Eat this.
I'm only on the Discord,
tasty.
so I
Holy
can't
shit, this
see
is
on
very
the
good.
screen.
Nice.
Here's something that happened today. Also, hello to Dolphin Hats. I think you're new here.
Hello. I'm new to the server, yeah.
Hello, Dolphin. Nice to meet you.
Iron
Nice to
Front,
meet you.
Kashi, and Sitor. Welcome.
What's up?
What's up?
Howdy. Asshole.
These are actually good. They're not very sweet. It's like a German thing.
I know they're like a lot of Japanese sweets, even though a lot of Japanese sweets look like they just be loaded with sugar. If you actually try them, they're not that sweet. They
It's
just
like,
look good.
You know how German Nutella is a lot less sweet than like Nutella in other countries?
Yeah.
We just do not like it. Made the
Who's
sweet stuff.
fapping?
Yeah, like your Coke, Coca-Cola in Germany tastes different.
Mhm.
It's like
No, it just
Coca-Cola.
tastes different in Europe in general.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't
like
use
Yeah, I
Coca-Cola.
remember watching was it a Crowd and Tea video on that a long time ago. It was when he was talking about doing his video on universal health care.
Oh, about
Or
corn
GX.
syrup and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
About how Americans just aren't ready for it because they need to give a shit.
Yeah, we need to actually
take
like
some-
start exercising and stuff.
Responsibility. I have this I found something today, or rather I've known about it for a while, but today I had the urge to pick it up. It's a big stack of documents lying around in my bookshelf.
have a lot of
Jesus
those.
fuck, dude.
Uh,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that at some point. But first, we're gonna
Okay,
talk
let
about
me-
emotional, personal things. And it's a big stack of documents. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but when I was a kid, there was a massive court. Like everybody knows that I had a difficult, like upbringing, and my childhood was just one of these. Don't die. I need your business. Shoot more, shop Marcus. I love that guy. There was a court case when I was a kid, where my grandparents and my mother were in court against each other. My grandparents, her parents, by the way, because I was living with them, but she wanted me to live with her in a different country. Like she lived in Germany, I was living in Spain, and there is some shit, some information in there that I did not. There's a whole flat that apparently I lived in for a year that I just do not remember at all. There was a time when I had to be put on a ventilator because I had like a chronic bronchitis type situation because my mother would always put me next to like smoke in like a bar that she sort of worked at. Apparently I was always like a Chad about just honesty and truth because I always insisted. Yeah, no, it's insane. This is like a 4-year-old child that misremembers something and then comes up the next day and was like, no, I need to correct this because it was not the truth and it is important to tell the truth.
The
Damn.
virgin serial liar, the Chad admitter.
It was also, and this is another thing, that like I was always aware that my mother was a narcissist, but at the same time, imagine a 4-year-old child, like my mother, like was mean to me. Like you don't treat a child. Holy fucking shit! What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ! This is the epitome of curse, man.
what is it? What my mom was the same way too. What is it with German
Delete
moms and
my
just treating their kids like shit?
If you'll excuse me, I need to go delete my phone now.
Also the Monster Energy thing. Yeah, and here's the thing though. I always excused her behavior by saying that she was mentally ill because I knew that she had like borderline personality disorder. I was like, yeah, it's bad and it hurts me, but it's fine because she has this disorder and she doesn't mean it.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was 4 years old when I said this, and I still do this with people, and it's not healthy.
It's like you find out through your parents or through means of like just a whole bunch of shit that from that time period where it's like before you were forming really solid memories, but you were still like an active like thinking thing.
No, I remember
it's like
getting my diapers changed, man. I have memories ranging back to when I was 1 year old.
Well, it's like apparently when I was like 2-3 years old, I never knew this. We had a dog. We had a collie.
Huh.
And the reason we got rid of it was because it attacked me and like it bit my it like ripped up my arm and shit, which is why like I got some subtle scars on my arm, and that's why they got rid of the dog, and why even though I wanted a dog, we never got a dog until I was like a teenager, because like my dad was just too freaked out about leaving a dog around me.
I do remember being bitten by a dog. Like, big time. It had, like, its whole mouth was closed around my chest.
Damn.
But yeah, that whole thing, where just my mother trying to rip me out of the environment that I was living in, with all of my friends, where oh, holy shit, what's happening?
What the fuck?
Free market. And yeah, it's so, like, I understand I'm beginning to understand so many things about myself. Where it's like just the constant fear I have of everything around me changing at all times. Like, I love that one. It's just,
oh yeah,
shit
yeah.
me way the fuck up when I saw it earlier.
when the one North American state finally arises, when the globalists finally win, I hope they just name the super state just come. It's like everybody's like, oh, it's gonna be called like Amerigo or something. I'm like, no, come.
Come town. This is come town now.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Oh, no. And yeah, basically this is...
What the fuck is that?
And basically, that is why I am so fucked up. Why I'm always afraid of, like, things changing. And why I always change all the things around me. Because there's just so much shit in there. I've seen that one. That was really good. Yeah, but that's my therapy session. Can we keep it? We have like 2 hours to go of the stream still, so.
Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't dump our load right now.
Yeah.
The fact that Boris Johnson is on a road to recovery proves that there's no justice in the world.
That is true. Yes. Yes.
Wait, you talking about Bernie or what?
About Charles.
No, I think Charles was fined like a week after news broke.
Oh,
But
resilient
the recovery
man.
didn't get covered.
Damn.
Meanwhile,
So, how about Bernie dropping out of the election, huh?
Meanwhile, bus drivers drop dead.
This is true.
Fucking
Yeah.
And now coitus.
The whole Bernie dropping out thing, like, actually a friend of mine, I think I was, maybe I woke up, or I was playing Borderlands or something, and I went on Discord, and he was like, well, looks like it's gonna be Biden 2020, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Please tell me this isn't what I think it is, and it's, no, absolutely that is what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Sue to drop her video on this shit now. I mean, Razor's already thrown his hot take out there, but you know, it's Razor.
Can you imagine if Harris becomes Biden's VP? Like the woman who talked about how that little girl who got fucking segregated was me.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Oh god, if she's like, honestly, it doesn't matter who they pick. Trump's gonna win.
Trump's gonna win.
Trump's 100% winning. This is not even a question at this point. He's gonna win, and you know what? The DNC will deserve it. America doesn't deserve it, but the DNC does.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like you got.
Right. Can I just interject on the America doesn't deserve it? Right. After World War II, they didn't share technological research with Britain. They deserve everything they fucking get. That's my piece.
Well,
Do you
I'm
wanna
glad
go
that I was alive 80 years ago.
Do you guys want to know some good news that are also very fucked up?
Okay.
Sure.
So
Oh fuck, it's not showing. Fuck, no! I fucked up.
I got a double one. That's pretty nice.
well, like you have people like Vaush and like Claudia Brown on Twitter going like, vote blue no matter who, and of course Vaush being Vaush, he's really toxic about it. But it's like, dude, the Dems basically they're going like, oh, if you don't vote for Biden or you don't vote at all, that's a vote for Trump. It's like, no, the Democrats decided they wanted Trump in office when they picked Biden.
Yeah.
Democrats just want to be victimized. They want to have something to rage against. That's
Oh
why.
yeah, of course.
That's why
I say this often, and people. This is
they don't want to fix anything. Yeah. Sorry,
in
go ahead.
any righteous society, there is power in victimhood, right?
Yeah.
But the DNC
That's
just
why-
want the victimhood and then enact a neoliberal fucking agenda.
You're so
Yeah.
strong!
So it's like,
Hey,
yeah,
man,
when
it's like
any,
I
when
said-
any, when, yeah,
Hey,
so
man,
it's
I
like,
said it
it's
before,
like when
I'll
any
say it again.
douchebag.
DNC and RNC are corporations, and corporations do not give a single fuck about the conditions of the working man.
To be fair, with the DNC going full corporation to defend their rigging of shit, right? Like, doesn't that make the DNC?
Should I click that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can someone else confirm this?
It's fine,
It's,
man.
It's
Trust
fine.
me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
It's just
I just downloaded it with a spoiler tag in the file name for some fucking reason.
Honestly, like, the thing at this point, like, I feel the best case scenario is that the Dems have the House and the Senate, and then it's just gridlock.
Yeah, 4
Yeah,
years
then-
of gridlock. That's what?
Well, I mean, like,
See,
Heard-
Heilbutt.
they've been doing for the past, like,
If he gets another 4 years, he might actually get complete control.
No, he's never gonna get complete control. That's bollocks.
no.
I mean, he might get control of the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I mean that the Supreme Court situation is kind of fucked up. It's so weird. There's just the notion of having the court be a political organ, the Supreme Court of your country be a political organ,
Yeah,
is so fucking weird.
God,
Well, I mean, it's what we have to deal with because of the fucking duopoly.
yeah.
Yeah, but like,
which is different than the 60s Motown band Duopoly.
But yeah, when if I ever get called if I ever get called a Trump supporter because I'm not voting, I'm not participating in this shit show, I'll be like, yeah, you guys kind of fucked that up when you picked Biden.
yeah, exactly. I find it absurd to now expect people to vote for someone they don't want to vote for.
No,
Hey,
it's
Cody,
like
do
it's
what I'm
it's
gonna
not
do, man. Just do a fucking protest vote.
the most like what the fuck, like what they're like, do you understand the words that are coming out of your fucking mouth? Shit was like when he had people trying to justify Biden as like, well, he's not as bad a rapist as Trump is.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Listen, vote for the guy who has raped fewer people. How about we vote for someone who hasn't raped anyone? How about we have that as the bar to clear? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah, dude, he's got to have at least one rape on his rap sheet before he can run for prez.
No,
Yeah.
listen, the trade confederacy at least cared if things were legal.
Yeah. They wanted to maintain appearances at least.
This picture is essentially true, the one with the gun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna... I mean, Jesus Christ.
I'm honestly wondering when this shit gonna start getting violent. Like,
At this point, I am wondering much the same thing.
yeah, because I mean, I'm seeing you just see a lot of frustration everywhere, especially it's like every time I hear something in regards to essential workers just getting fucked over, it's like, okay, when is the straw gonna break? When's the camel's back gonna break? Is It's like, okay, it wasn't with the doctors and nurses getting fired because hospitals aren't profitable. It's like, okay, when's it gonna fucking happen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I'm kind of thinking it might happen now during Corona, but it doesn't seem to be a lot.
When your
Yeah.
political system is so fucked, you have guns, you keep saying you're going to use it against an oppressive regime, yet don't. Americans, sit the fuck down, you cowards.
Well, it's only been like 10 days since rent was due. People haven't been evicted yet. You have to wait like 3 months to evict someone, or it takes like 3 months to evict someone.
I've heard that people are getting, like, evicted illegally. I also saw this thing where they had the police just hanging out in front of empty houses, so fucking homeless people couldn't go in them during the crisis.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, I think
yeah.
empty hotels have been lent out to homeless people in UK.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we do the same in Vienna. Empty hotels are for homeless people so they don't go around spreading.
Oh no, the Tories' inner European is leaking out.
The thing was, is Boris, is he like
He's
gonna
fine.
live, or is he? Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna be fine, yeah.
Okay.
I have this, you know. I have this glimmer of hope that it's just, you know, the Tories trying to instill a sense of security in the population.
What would
Boris is
happen,
really
right?
doing badly.
What would happen if somehow Biden did win and then thinks it's the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis and declares a nuclear war?
Well, he can't. He's the president. Congress declares war. The president can't declare war.
Oh, so
Tell
they don't
that
have
to
the
fucking
no,
Syria.
That's
So
true.
they don't-
Well, the president does have a little bit of time to go fuck around before Congress has to step in and say whether he can continue or he has to stop. Yeah. I think that was what, the War Powers Agreement or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't remember.
The one thing that I have, like, the only one hope that we could still get a progressive president of the United States is, Biden picks Nina Turner as his VP, which is not going to happen. I mean, she is POC, right? But
I think
she is a
she's
genuine progressive. Like, she is actually,
Yeah.
she's as the same, like, she doesn't have the same track record as Bernie, but she's basically the same kind of person as Bernie. She would do the same things. So, and then he dies on the first day, and Nina Turner is the president for 4 years.
Yes.
Well, you know how they just try. You know how the Dems managed to twist the narrative that Bernie Sanders was somehow anti-Semitic, even though he's the furthest fucking thing. I could see
He's
them
a
like
Jew.
with
He's
Nina-
literally
He's a Jew.
Jewish.
I know,
He's Jewish.
but he had so many neolibs saying that, oh, anti-Semitism runs rampant in his party, and shit like this. I could see them pulling the same shit with Nina Turner, saying that somehow she's, her supporters are racist, and that's
No,
why.
absolutely, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna pick Nina Turner because Nina Turner is not a neoliberal.
Yeah.
So that's immediately not gonna happen.
Yeah, and then Trump
You know
is
what?
going with-
What if he picks Clinton?
Then he's gonna die an hour after the inauguration.
Yeah.
100%. He's gonna hang himself in the Oval Office while the entire Secret Service just so happened to not be looking, and the cameras in that specific area were out. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And Hillary's gonna be the one who finds him.
No,
There's a
Trump
blood
go-
stain on her cheek. Oh, that's just jam.
Trump is going in November, and then they're gonna turn around and blame the Bernie Bros for it, and it's like, nah, you guys, this was your doing.
No,
You
they
guys
should
did
just
this.
turn. No, they should turn. Bernie Bros, quote unquote, should turn around and go, no, yeah, exactly. You've pushed us to far right.
Oh my god.
No, we should all just
Yes.
like go. We should just all go like full communist. Just be like, nah, fucking
Vote
put the cap on.
Xi Jinping into power.
Yeah, we just go Xi Jinping.
Just put Winnie Pooh on the ballot. Take America or deny it and lose the power.
Put Che Guevara on there.
Fucking Lizzie is here. Damn.
I'm not sure if this is a lizard people joke or what.
It's probably like everything in one.
It's an old lizard people joke. So how are you guys all holding up in the quarantine?
I had a tough day at work, man.
I'm not exactly.
Pulmonologist, you know, we're being flooded.
Well, I'm not exactly quarantined, but I guess because I am an essential worker.
Hashtag essential work.
So I've been doing essential work all throughout the South, specifically like Mississippi and Alabama and shit. And
Essential workers of the world unite.
I feel like 75% of like the population is considered like essential workers. At least that's how it seems like around here. There's like, I have to actively be on the lookout for like, oh, that place isn't open.
Okay, so I'm actually headed back home now, but I've been, Mississippi and Alabama the past few days, and I was driving down this back road through Mississippi, and it was just like, going through like the woods and shit, and there's homes and shit all around, and everybody's they don't have like garbage disposal. They just burn everything in a bonfire. At least from what I see. So here's like the stupid shit that I saw, and me overthinking it was I was driving along, I see this house, and they've got like this big Confederate battle flag flying out in their front lawn. I'm like, okay, it's the South, so I should expect this. And then like a couple houses down, I see they're having this huge bonfire. And nobody's watching it, but nobody's outside watching it to make sure it doesn't get out of control. And I was just looking at it, and I see they threw a pickup truck bed on top of the bonfire, like a big metal pickup truck bed.
This is normal.
And I was just looking at, I was just just thinking about, I was like, why the fuck would they do that? What possible reason? I started thinking, it's like, are they trying to? Is this like some really stupid way to get the paint off or get the rust? And I'm like, maybe these people are just fucking retarded.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then once I get out of the woods, once I get out of the backwoods, I get near to a larger city. I see a gigantic Toyota manufacturing plant. I'm like, that's a fucking neck snap right there. I go from Deliverance to Japan, like little Japan, in like the course of like 20 miles.
Is it true that the closer you get to Florida, the weirder America becomes?
Oh yeah, no doubts.
So basically, the only sane part is Alaska. It's like the
not really.
tip of
I
Alaska.
mean, they do have UBI there, so.
Well, Alaska's its own type of crazy. It's another kind of crazy.
Horseshoe theory proven correct yet again.
Yeah, because you gotta remember, they got like Sarah Palin and people who go out into the woods and live there for like 70 years, and you never hear anything about them. Until you find like their skeleton, and there's a videotape, or there's like a camcorder with a skeleton, and then you watch the tape, and it's like, oh, he was living with bears for like 60 years, and then one day they just fucking ate him.
Jesus fuck. I mean, there's grandmas living in the city that get eaten by cats, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't fuck with me, I will cry.
No, but no, going through the South, it's always surprises me how. And it's like I know why these big companies do it, but like there's like so many car manufacturing plants in the South, and they're like it's BMW and Mercedes-Benz and Honda and Toyota. You know, they just got these huge factories down there, and it's just like you wouldn't expect to see that. If you just look at the stereotypical view of the American South, you wouldn't expect that like these big, German and Japanese companies would be employers there.
I mean, but they bring in money. Isn't it true that you get like the German system when it comes to unions when you work for a German car manufacturer in America? I heard that somewhere at some point.
Could you say that again? You cut out on me. I'm sorry.
Essentially, if you work for a German car manufacturer like BMW in America, you get to be part of the union system that they have, because German car manufacturers are like very strong unions. And so when you work in the automobile manufacturing industry in America, you automatically unionized or something.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they bring their culture with them. It's the same with the Japanese factories. They bring all the Japanese work ethic and culture.
Germans
and all
bring
that
their
with them
own
as well.
culture, so that's why America's invading its neighbors.
But no, like when Honda first opened their first plant in the States, it was like a huge deal because it was like, wow, they like the managers and the workers like actually work together.
Yeah.
It's like oh, and they like do morning exercises and they do everything together. It's so
when
weird.
when Americans are employed in there, it's like walking into the TARDIS. It's a culture shock.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, it's just
there's so
you
many...
just imagine.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you just imagine like the most southern person you can think of, like some dude named Clemp, who probably doesn't speak probably can barely read and stuff, and it's like he's working for Nissan or Toyota, and he's like, yeah, I helped build that car you're driving over there. It's just
I do yoga every morning with
I do my
colleagues, whom I consider to be my family.
He may be slanty-eyed, but he's like a brother to me.
I love there's a lot of cultural parallels between like Japan and Germany, which is ironic because there's some other cultural parallels that are just the exact opposite. Like how Japan is extremely xenophobic. Ironically, not to Germans. If you're German, you can basically go anywhere in Japan and people will love you. But if you're like any other kind of white person, they will look down on you the same way they look down on literally everyone else.
Don't worry. Americans looked down on them once, and a
Spanish?
city disappeared.
Americans look down on other Americans, so...
That is true, yeah. But
I
like
mean,
the Japanese are so insane
when you're
about
at
their
the
cultural
bottom of the
supremacy.
barrel, there's not really much you can look down from.
Well, don't the Japanese also really like British people as well?
Literally the guy in the pic.
Well, I think it was James May who said that because Germany and Japan lost World War II and they couldn't like be militaristic anymore. They just focused all their energies on like the car industry and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so successful there, and why America and ironically because of that, America and the UK, like our auto industries are the UK's auto industry is dead, and America's auto industry is dying as well.
Every British industry is dying.
Sorry.
Bernie Banders.
Is he
No, I was
actually going to
laughing about
endorse
this.
Biden though? I think he has to, right?
I mean, at this point, what's he going to protect?
That's so fucking
Jesus
funny.
fuck, dude. I love how he just has the weirdest fucking face, yet is somehow one of the most attractive people that there are.
I mean, if he doesn't endorse, I mean, what's he gonna lose? It's not like he's gonna be in it again.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think he's
he
coming back for 2024.
No, he isn't. Which is a problem because like there is no one with the progressive like fame and street cred that Bernie Sanders has.
You see, that's what they want. They've won.
Well, I think
The democracy is over.
Well, and I know I know people are gonna hate me saying this, but I think the next, like the next like person who could possibly carry that torch would be AOC. Unless
Jesus
somebody else
fuck.
pops up, I think AOC is like the best bet.
Yeah, AOC is the best bet, but I doubt she's going to be running for president anytime soon because they can use
No, she's too young, I think.
Yeah, she's
like,
too
how
young,
old
and
is
plus, even if she even if she wasn't, she would still be very young.
Yeah.
And they tried running that against Obama also, and the only reason he won
Yeah.
was because he was a neolib. So Jesus. No, it's like I think Tulsi, but she's not gonna. There's just too much to attack her on. Like Bernie is literally just the guy has never done anything wrong. That is almost how much of a.
I
guy
honestly
he
think
is.
that's why he didn't win.
Well, yeah, because people
I
were
think
like,
Americans want war, in my opinion. The majority.
because
They love a good war.
that was something I always heard from my conservatism shit. It's like, oh yeah, Bernie Sanders hasn't done shit in his entire political career. It's like, oh, you mean he hasn't done anything horribly wrong, like signing legislation
good it
that
doesn't.
sent. Yeah,
Good, it doesn't count.
yeah. It's like, oh, he hasn't endorsed any wars. That's why you think he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, that is.
I just think it's funny that France can go to war against the old black man in Africa and no one bats an eye because no one knows they've done it.
And France is everywhere in fucking Africa.
Oh yeah,
just people.
Like that's the future, is a fight for world power between France and China.
Yeah, and it's going to
like
happen in Africa
China,
because of course.
China lost against the UK and it thinks it's ready this time, but oh boy, it's going to get the France man, and he's not going to come from the ocean. He's going to come through the ground.
I saw this
well,
thing.
half the countries in Africa use like the African franc as a currency, so that really
French.
shows.
France
that
is still
shows
there.
you-
Like France,
Yeah, that shows you how
basically still has its colonies.
they're like
Like,
really.
all it really takes is France to sneeze and go into its imperial time, and all of a sudden you've got the new world power.
It's like the U.S. and South America.
This is irritating to me though. This meme with Bernie, like they're swindling him. He swindled them out of the money. It's like, no, this is what happens. You have a political campaign. They wouldn't have said this about Biden if he had dropped out. It's just like these insane right-wing memes. It's like, Bernie never stood a chance, but then they fucking donate to Bloomberg.
Saudis put a lot of money into Clinton to lose.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, choose your team. Resist Western imperial expansionism, and Vladimir Putin is a fucking option? Vladimir Putin, the king of neoliberalism, the right-wing neoliberalism? Yes. Yes, him I would like.
It's annoying because Americans don't even know how to protest vote. Like they have that mindset so railed in that, in my opinion, America is a theocratic oligarchy. You need to be religious to win in America.
I mean, I'm gonna protest vote. Shit, I got nobody left to vote for.
Are you gonna write?
Yeah, well,
Cthulhu is sounding like a really good option right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he chooses to run third party and not Republican, I'll vote for him.
It's not so terrible that he would run Republican.
Hey, I think Cthulhu would be like Green Party. I mean, the color scheme matches.
Which party is the purple one?
Libertarian, I think.
It's either Libertarian or the Constitution Party.
The Prince Party.
Because I know there is a party. I think it is the Constitution Party, which is like a legitimately like theocratic party, which is ironic because they call themselves the Constitution Party.
That is the funniest shit of all time. Is these right-wing religious fanatics in America just invoking the founding fathers and the Constitution, who were like, "How about we don't have religion in the government?"
Yeah.
It's like, I was trying to point to, but where it's like in the Declaration of Independence, it's like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I think it's
like,
funny Americans.
I would consider like healthcare kind of included under the life sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to get too far in it, but you know.
I think it's funny when they pull the old founding fathers as an argument. I'm like, you don't see England turning around and go, "We should really invade France," because that's what our founding nation state is all around.
Something for Britain to reunite.
Oh, I thought you were gonna reference like King Arthur or something. Like, what would King Arthur do right now? Or it's like, oh, if King Arthur could just look at the kingdom today.
I mean, honestly, all of Europe, if they went down to their ancestors, really, they're a Habsburg.
Who would be so upset at us right now?
But there was an Instagram Karl Marx post, Suto, and I want to see it. I just saw the title of it, and I'm too curious.
I can't show it because I downloaded it incorrectly.
Oh, I found out that a couple weeks ago that Karl Marx has a descendant who's alive, and he's like a really popular parkourer.
Why is that so fucking
That is
funny?
amazing.
I need to know more about this immediately.
Yeah, I forgot. He lives in the UK, and he's a professional parkourer, and he does a lot of like charities and stuff. His last name is Marx, and he is a descendant of Karl Marx. I forgot
for the proletariat.
Karl Marx's great-great-grandson backflips for money while sleeping rough on Kingston streets. Joseph Marx, 20 of Park Road, Kingston, along with his friends Joe Alyef Taylor from Sunbury and Will Fraser Coombe from Stage.
There's videos of He has
a YouTube channel, I think. He does videos of himself.
What timeline is this?
He has a YouTube channel. This is insane.
Mark's grandson
Mark's
has a
sponsored
YouTube channel.
athlete profile. Hell yeah, dude.
No.
Hell yeah.
That one time, that one time, I wish there was a Hitler dynasty, and it just turned out they're like one of those hyper neoliberal dye hair women.
This would be like finding out like the descendant of Kaiser Wilhelm is like a professional Twitch streamer. He plays Fortnite.
Actually, the youngest member of House Habsburg is a race car driver in Formula 3.
Yes! Yes!
So really, he still wanted to let things fly apart.
Well, isn't there? Oh, I think half as interesting that one channel did. There's like the king of the Netherlands is like an airline pilot. Like he does that. For
yeah,
fun.
he is a certified airline pilot who he just likes to fly. It's just something he does.
Yeah.
No, you know it'd be really funny if the last living descendant of Otto von Bismarck was an active member of the Civ modding community.
He's like a professional like EU4 and Victoria 2 YouTuber.
It's like, we'll have German Empire at some point.
Gotta finish what great granddaddy started, guys. Wish me luck.
It would be like Otto von Bismarck's fucking ancestors have played on fucking EU4 and still they lose to the AI England.
he plays a Kaiserreich mod, and he's like, okay, now this is how I would have done it, unlike my
Wish
stupid fucking
fulfillment.
grandpa. Here's how I would do it.
Would you guys be okay with maybe carrying the rest of the stream while I leave?
What?
Because there's a friend of mine who may be having a problem.
Oh.
All right, but we can't promise.
Sure. And I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, but
Yeah, sure.
We could try.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Potentially, we could try.
I would, but I'm
It might
playing
not spiral
Minecraft
into
at the
pro
Yeah, you're just window
reunify the
dressing,
German
guys.
Reich propaganda or anything. You know
Oh my
what?
god.
You know what? What if someone of that group actually snaps and just shoots Trump?
Which group?
Bernie Bros.
What the hell?
yes.
Oh my god. Brian Christ.
Oh, the thing that I ate earlier was a Turkish Twix, apparently. Basically.
Oh.
Defiance of Allah, the man turned himself into a pickle. This is not funny, it is paganism.
Your cadence carries it.
Jesus, brother, Brian Christ. Jesus, fuck, dude.
Burger, go take care of your friend.
Give me a second.
No, just do it.
There's only one problem I see with that meme. She doesn't speak.
Does she not?
Yeah, Komi-san doesn't. Well, she talks, but she's very, very quiet. If she does have the confidence to talk, she mostly writes everything down.
Who? Who are we talking about?
Weeb stuff.
Yeah,
got
weeb
it.
stuff.
Got it.
No.
Not important then.
This is
Yeah.
not the correct server. What am I doing? I have to make sure not to accidentally activate the window capture before I switch back to the correct server and room. Okay, so I'm gonna stay on stream.
That fucking gets me every time. Bastard.
It's so fucking good.
I
I have no idea how this guy sounds, but I'm gonna just make up his voice. You call yourself a Holocaust denier? Not cool, dog. I, for one, am a Holocaust approver. Jesus fuck. With a penis nose.
No.
Not
Fuck.
Hey, Burger, can you translate this meme for me? Because I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
I
with
like
German.
honey, but do you know what I don't like? Prussia. And then he looks like a Bavarian.
Oh my god.
Or more like an Austrian, I think, actually.
What?
Yeah, that
Resident Austrian.
that looks like
Bavarian, Austria, basically the same thing, let's be honest.
yeah.
Bavaria is Austria extended.
Yeah. There is actually, like, most Bavarians like Austrians a lot more than they like the rest of Germany. Which is fine,
Also-
because nobody likes Bavarians.
So they're
But
like
nobody likes Germans either.
Well, I mean, you know. I'm not gonna.
So they're
that one.
So they're like
Russian folk.
The
Now we're doing
classics.
the German memes. Here you go. Böche.
Let's switch back to some American memes.
I'm stealing that one.
How much did the Holocaust?
I think I might have a meme or two.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Burger's actually posting a meme on the
Yeah.
stream.
Amazing.
Tel Aviv, I am ready.
Oh my god, I posted it in the wrong fucking server.
Oh, actually, I don't think these are memes. They're just reaction. Actually, I'm not sure I can show this one on stream, but I can't like post it as a spoiler, obviously, because it shows a penis. It's Dr. Manhattan's penis, though.
I think that penis is acceptable because you can't really ignore it.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's built into most of the.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible. Hey, what's up, Matteo?
Destroyed with facts and logic. Hey, my man. Yeah, I'm gonna post it. I really like that one. Oh, Jesus.
You know what this makes me think of? The fucking Watchmen movie clip with Ligma.
Yes! Oh my god, I haven't seen that one in a long time. It is
Yeah,
the
me either,
best
but I was
fucking
thinking about it
thing.
on the other day.
It's genuinely, there was, when I first discovered it on that day, I just for like an hour, I was sitting on at my desk just watching it on a loop on Twitter, and I just couldn't stop fucking laughing at it. Can you just post it, maybe? Can you find it and post it?
I can try. I can search for
It's
it.
so fucking good. It is the funniest thing I have ever seen. It's like Pickle Rick has nothing against this. Beat me up to impress your girl. Does the woman in your life think you're a little bitch? Prove her wrong by punching me in the face. I'll come by wherever you are and hit on her. That's when you give me the old Marty McFly and lay me out right in front of her. Half up front, other half due after, cause an inevitable scene. After we cause an inevitable scene. Okay. Nice. Nice dude. If gives a demon, make demonate. This is neon green or yellow. It depends. But as we were talking about protests earlier,
I fucking found it. I found it.
The only country in the world that knows how to protest is the French, and I can't. I can't open the. It's too small. The one that you posted, Priest. But I wanted to see Dagoth meme. Anyway, here goes the Watchmen thing.
It's so fucking good.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Lick my balls! I need to play it again.
I push you.
Steve Jobs! Just the way that the boom goes. Lick my balls!
That's some good stuff.
Oh, fuck. May I push your stool in? Du bist offiziell gestört. Bist du gestört, Junge?
Oh my god. Oh, what's happening?
Yes. Yes. I love these memes.
You have a 0% chance of real failure. Oh god.
Ben Shapiro's wife is a doctor. Elon Musk is the richest African American. This is actually true, though. This is legitimately
Yeah.
Oh my god. These are forbidden facts.
Wait. This isn't complete. Where's the ducks at the park are free? You can just take them.
The government doesn't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park are free. You can take them home.
I have 437.
Ah, fucking Alex Jones memes, dude. I have to play the Ligma Balls thing again.
It's so sad. Jobs
Who the hell
Who
is
the hell is
Steve
Steve?
Ligma balls.
Ligma Balls.
It's so fucking dumb.
Is this isn't actually something he said, right? Because it sounds like something he might say while on Rogan.
No, he didn't say this. He did say a bunch of hilarious and just like complete what the fuck shit.
I mean, it was Alex Jones high on the Joe Rogan experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Still, like the best like thing he actually said is like, "See, I'm kind of retarded."
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I'm a bit of a retard myself.
A man of retard as well.
What the fuck is that? Is that Sherpa?
I gotta go. I'm gonna drop.
Yeah, see you around, man.
See you later.
It was nice
See you
to meet
around.
you. Actually,
It's good to meet you. Have a good day.
yeah, you too.
I just
I do
drove
have one. I have a Japanese alcoholic beverage that is sold in Japan.
Sake?
This is why Japan is Japan. It's like they don't even know what the problem is.
Hey, Bert, I actually have looked at that. That isn't actually what the label says, so it actually did Photoshop that shit.
It isn't? I am
I
so
know.
disappointed.
I was disappointed too. Here, I'll post what it actually looks like.
So I guess the best example of Japanese tone deafness is that one anime from the 80s where they had like the main
whiskey.
Yeah, the one anime
Believe
from
me,
the
I
80s?
was so disappointed
it was I forgot the name of the anime, but it was definitely from the 80s, and it shows like the main characters and stuff are like in New York, and they get into a tussle with a very, very large black man, and in the original Japanese dub, they just grabbed some random white guy in Japan to voice this giant black dude. So it's like this giant black thug just sounded like a tiny little white guy. I'll have to hunt it down.
I think I heard that at some point, though. It was just generally like the way that anime portrays like Americans is hilarious. I saw like compilations. It was something that I enjoyed watching anime compilations of at one point in time. Not the actual anime, but just
of course.
Japanese people being culturally insensitive toward Americans. Because they don't give a fuck. They just genuinely do not give a fuck. It's like in Japan you won't find a single person who's complaining about like somebody running around with a geisha costume in the United States. They will just laugh at them and just say, "Well, you're not really Japanese now, are you? So do whatever the fuck you want. We are the master race, lol."
Yeah, they just don't give a shit. I mean, yeah.
It's like, you've already nuked us. You can't do anything more.
What are you going to do?
Oh, the best, the funniest thing is watching, because Japanese artists on Twitter, whenever they draw something and it gets the ire of like the Western like woke Tumblr crowd, and it gets back to them that they find out that hey, a shit ton of like Americans and Europeans are pissed off at what you drew. They'll do two things. They'll either be super sorry for doing what they did, and they just keep doing it. Like if it's like because they drew like a character, up age with like huge tits, they'll say like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to offend. I just wanted to draw it," and then they just go back to just keep doing it. They just ignore her. They just like, "Okay, I said I'm sorry," or the other reaction is like, "Shut the fuck up, Gaijin. Fuck you."
It's like you need to apologize for things in Japanese culture.
It's like, or they
see that it's so fucking funny.
Yeah. But
they either give you like a really forced apology, or they just tell you to fuck off.
Because,
and they just
they don't care. That's
one of the things I really love about the anime industry is that they can just get away with so much fucking good shit.
It's not gonna be like that for much longer because a couple production companies are like going into agreement with Funimation to make anime that's more palatable to the West.
I mean,
I don't know
do it
so
if they
that's
make new
why
shows, right?
So that's why Interspecies Girls reviewers got so fucking bombed about that shit.
It's like that.
Well, no, Interspecies reviews got
hurt them.
Well, Interspecies reviews got dropped because they didn't know what the fuck they ordered. They didn't know they ordered they didn't know when they licensed it that it's a full-blown fucking hentai.
If you do not want to order this kind of stuff, then maybe learn Japanese.
Yeah.
That was somehow you roboted out way the hell, but everything was still understandable, which is so weird.
You sound like a cyberpunk.
No, he did that on
Wayland
purpose.
Yutani.
He was that good with his voice.
Shields, Resistance Utah.
Oh my god, it works.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
I forgot. It was a while ago. There was like this British like MP or some kind of politician who was going on and on about like Japanese anime, about how exploitative it was, and towards children and women and stuff. And this one artist from Japan drew a reaction comic where it's like on one side you just see a bunch of Japanese characters. They're drawing their anime, they're drawing their hentai, enjoying themselves. On the other side, you see a bunch of British people.
Oh no, not this again.
And they're just they all just look like stereotypically British. They just really ugly with nasty ass teeth and stuff.
Damn.
And you see them like with like little kids, and the little kids are crying because it's in reference to the whole scandal with like that happened in the UK that I guess according to Sargon you're not allowed to talk about because the British government gets pissed off.
I'm sorry, but are we talking about Rotherham and stuff?
Yeah.
The Moors murders.
No, the pedophile sex rings.
Yeah, the pedophile sex rings. Yeah.
That's what annoys me, is they like to shit on Japan and drawing kiddie shit, and then it's like, but you're actively doing it. It's like, avoid tax, life in prison.
Did you know
child, that? 6 months. It's like...
Well, it's like... And then like the UN started talking about it, about, Japanese animation. And then it came out, it's like, the UN just sort of gives a side eye to all this pedophilic shit that goes on within the organization.
Oh, it is insane that how... Just imagine the worst crime that a human being can commit in the eyes of people, right? It's not murder, it's not rape of an adult, it's rape of a child. That is the worst crime you can commit in the eyes of most people.
You know how like
Yet somehow these people are in the highest positions of fucking power.
you know, right? Can I just
No, it's
point out
evil.
to all those
It's evil.
Bernie bros that are about to go revolutionary, right? If you want to make the murders legal when you take over, when you want to remove them from power permanently, just change the law, the sentencing of child pedophilia to capital punishment. Voila.
This is actually something
Dude,
I've
don't
considered.
even do that. All we need to do is just find Epstein's black book. That's all we need.
No, actually, if you want to make it even sweeter, just say that like pedophiles are not to go into solitary. They have to be released into the general population.
Ew.
And let the prisoners take care of them.
This is a different thing though that I've kind of considered doing a video about. It's okay. Okay. Like it's righteous to like demand the death penalty for pedophiles, for like child molesters, right? But is it right?
Yes.
Good question.
Because
right?
I fully understand wanting to take that guy, Jesus Christ, and beat the shit out of him until he's dead, right? But is that actually right? Is that actually the right thing?
Fuck beating the shit out of him, dude. As far as I'm concerned, they deserve
doing it
firing
yourself
squad. They could
as the
quit and it's
victim
cheap.
is wrong. But
I feel like we're
if you take-
triggering
if-
and
if you-
fascist
if-
spidey sense right now.
If you take them into court, file them, they're found guilty, and then they're lined up and shot, it's perfectly legal and perfectly right.
Also, earlier I wanted to say, did you know that Slavoj Žižek did an entire interview about the phrase, I would prefer not to? Like he did
is that where that
20-minute
picture is
bit.
from?
No, it's a different interview, but he
Okay.
also wore that same shirt
I love
and had
him
a
so
20-minute talk about this phrase.
I
And the
will have to
ideology.
look that up and watch it.
The ideology.
Oh
I
god,
would watch it,
how's he handling like the new norm of like not touching your face?
He probably is not. Let's be honest. He is.
He's
100%.
he's
I am
still
not because
sniffling
I have Tourette syndrome. I'm pretty sure he also has Tourette syndrome. So
Yeah,
we
he's
can't.
Did you know that man is fucking 70?
Yes, and he looks
Oh my
50, and somehow is still healthy. He eats like a pig.
He eats the greasiest fucking shit on this planet.
Just Slavoj Žižek should just not be allowed to die. That is, I want to have him around for much longer.
That's the thing. Like, with all
that
the-
that reminds me of a joke of a story I heard from a comedian. So I don't know if it's real or not, but he talked about how when he was living in New York, like one of his neighbors lived to the age of like 90, and this neighbor all he drank was bacon and Mad Dog 2020. It's like that's all he ate, and he lived to like 90. I don't know if the story's true or not, but I totally believe it that there's just certain people out there they could just eat literally garbage
They have
and they
the
just
genes,
live forever.
Yeah. It's like you just are lucky in the genetic lottery, and you can just. I knew a guy, right? This was my roommate at boys' home. He was like he worked out maybe once a month, right? He went climbing a little bit or something, and he's the fittest motherfucker that I have ever met in my life. He was always ripped. He still probably is always ripped. He went to like a sporting tournament, a school sporting tournament, and he became the best guy, the best school athlete in the county.
Wow.
And he never works out.
His competition was just that shit.
What an absolute Chad.
That guy is it's crazy.
Talking to snack food. Let me
He
share
cuts
with
out
you
and it
guys
sounded like
the
that guy
greatest
was
snack ever.
Kratos.
I'm not even shitting you. This shit is.
That does look kind of cool. What is that?
They're called Takis. It's basically like a deep
Are they?
fried rolled corn tortilla chip, right? and then it's just dusted with lime and chili powder.
Oh, that sounds tremendous.
They're like a big thing down in Mexico.
Oh, yeah,
you can get them in California a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Takis. Yeah, we get
They're all
Takis up
over.
north here as well. Yeah,
Nice.
I see a lot of American mukbang channels have Takis as well.
Dude, they're so fucking good.
Throwing shade at
with-
Mateo.
With all the with like everybody being so like panicked
Mateo
shit
and
like,
myself.
disinfecting stuff and washing their hands and all that. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cathartic for me because I'm obsessive compulsive. So I do that shit normally. So now it's like, who's laughing now?
Actually, one bit of catharsis I'm getting from this whole pandemic is watching.
Jesus Christ! Hey, friend! If so much pride, why so much suicide? He looks like fucking Paulie from the fucking Sopranos, dude. Hey!
Oh,
What
boy.
is that book? Fired from his job at the anal sausage fuck factory, Lucifer Nigger Bastard sets off on an epic quest with his compatriots, a bubbling sack of baby shit and Roll G the razor-bladed dildo, written based off an outline of the events of Virgil Senate, scribbled on the back of a cocktail napkin by a drunk vagina ass of Lucifer. Bastard is an epic tale. Jesus Christ.
There's a lot going on there.
Jesus. We might have found an author who can match the comedic genius.
Is this the actual new controller?
The upper one is.
This is bullshit because they don't have a physical copy of that book.
It looks dumb as shit. I don't know why, but it looks like it just looks dumb. I'm sorry, but no.
Okay,
It looks like
I have one thing to say. Give
Controllers
that
are
thing a
for
portal paint
peasants.
job.
See, okay, here's the thing about controllers.
Yes.
Like, people never.
It is
bring
time
up.
for the Expanse memes. It is
Oh,
time
no.
for the Expanse memes. Doot, doot, doot. It is time
I
for
was
the
about-
Expanse memes.
I was about to say that controller.
I'm actually
looks like
gonna dip out, guys. Oh my god! One last thing about that Finland meme. When I first saw that, it made me think of fucking what's his name, the fucking sniper from the Winter War, Shimo Hauhe,
Yeah, I know.
and how he came back from his coma like the day the Russians withdrew from Finland.
He was astrally projecting, fighting them, dude. He wasn't in a coma.
I think Putin's planning something again, and Simo Hauhe's spirit is sensing it.
Nice.
See you guys.
See you, man.
I just want to say really quick about that PS5 controller. It looks like it's wearing a bra to me.
I mean, what
the
is the
white
joke
one.
with the second one, though? With the lower one? Because it looks better. Frankly.
I think it's meant to represent trans.
See, I wish that like they would make a controller that did how the game did face buttons. So you have like the big one in the middle that's your main one that you use for like everything, and then your other three are just like
puzzle
right there
help
next to you.
experts.
Post
get
more
out
memes.
competed.
Need to post more memes. Post more memes. I just have reaction images. I have this one. Wait. Farmer's too powerful to vampire seduction. The thought has no power over the simple, hardworking man.
Not too long, just like a few minutes ago, I passed a gun shop, and they had advertised out front, build your own AR-15. And I just thought of like it's like a gun nuts version of the Build-A-Bear
Isn't
workshop.
that technically a fucking federal crime?
I'm in Missouri. As long as you could do a lot with an AR-15.
So you could use
It'd
it
still
to
be
pick your teeth.
Yeah, you could open cans with it.
Yeah.
It can babysit your kid.
I had this gun in Borderlands. Like, I'm playing Borderlands 3 right now. And I got this amazing TDO shotgun. Where usually if it's TDO guns, you throw them and they explode, right? When you reload them, you throw them away and they explode in the face. They're like grenades at that point. But this one was a land crab, which meant that if you throw it, it becomes a turret that shoots enemies, and it can move, and it will try to blow up in their face. And the more ammo you had in there, the more power is the more ammo the thing has too. So what I would just do is there would just be a huge amount of enemies, and I would just take this shotgun from a strategically advantageous position, shoot into the masses, then throw the shotgun into there, and I would have this army of TDO land crabs just running around there. You are going to die. Die. I live to kill. Penis, 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 penis. It was the best. I scummed so many boss fights with that shit. Because enemies will try to aggro the land crabs, but you can't actually kill them because they're allies.
Oh man.
Damn. Of course.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
So I've only had this problem with 2 games, and it's Borderlands and COD Zombies. Do you have any games that are like... The term I use for me is party games, but I guess what the definition would be is that games that they're not bad, you just cannot for the life of you play them on your own.
I've played Borderlands by myself.
I've only played Borderlands by myself. I have never played Borderlands with anyone else.
Yeah,
I know I want to, but I kind of don't also.
Yeah.
It's like weird for me. I can't like... It's not that COD Zombies or that Borderlands isn't a bad game or that it's not fun. That it is. I just can't get into it when I'm playing it by myself for some.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight was the same way with me.
It's weird because I don't think I could get into it if I was playing it with other people unless they were like good friends of mine. Is this the Expanse meme?
But it's like, as much as I dislike Randy Pitchford and like Gearbox Software, Borderlands is a really fucking fun game series.
It was like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's sort of like how I despise Bethesda and Todd Howard, but I still like Skyrim.
Well, of course you like Skyrim. You can make Skyrim into whatever you want.
And Fallout New Vegas, that was made by Obsidian, so yeah.
I really like Obsidian because like what I like about them is they've never made a perfect. I mean, I haven't played the Outer Wilds, but like they've never made a perfect game. Like, there's always something that's like this is not quite the greatest.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's what I miss about like THQ is that just kind of mid-level of game.
I have not seen a THQ logo in a long time.
Honestly,
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Okay, you remind me of THQ, and I just remembered. Saints Row 3 Remastered was announced.
What? Really? Damn.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
How about they make a new Saints Row though?
Well, they made something.
That would be great. That would be great, but. No, like, cause I played the hell out of Saints Row 3.
Saints Row 3 was really fucking good. Though I did also like the one with the simulation with the superpowers and shit.
Oh yeah, that's Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
Speaking of remakes,
love Saints Row 2. Like, they're like, fuck the other ones. Like, I don't get it.
In their infinite wisdom, they decided to change the voice actor for Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, and now it just doesn't sound right.
Oh.
Huh. I kind of want to play Darkest Dungeon again. I'm a big fan. I play on Radiant mode though, like a bitch.
Oh shit. Okay, see. So I for a while ago I played the shit out of Darkest Dungeon, and I went and installed a bunch of mods for it. I went and
Why were you in my basement?
I installed a mod which changed
I'm in your
all the
basement because
townspeople.
I am here to rape you. Sorry, I interrupted
Sounds like a
you.
good time.
Do continue while I bend over Freeze and.
Well,
Hey, fuck off.
Well, I installed a bunch of mods, and I installed a bunch of mods that turn like a lot of the characters and like the townspeople. They still maintain like the style of like the thick lines and dark shadows, but they changed them all into like big titty anime girls. And then I uninstalled the game for like a year, and I was like, I want to play this game again. So I went and reinstalled it, not remembering all that shit I installed. And then when I went to go play it again, it was just I was so confused as to what was going on. I was like, why does everybody like have big tits and shit? What the fuck? I'm like, oh wait, I forgot about
Cody.
these mods.
Cody, was it in the style of that weird like anime Shindom?
What?
The art, I mean.
No, it was like I'd have to go look up the mods because they had screenshots.
You
they
have
had,
out. Okay, no, Mateo's not watching. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's still maintained like you know how the Darkest Dungeon art style just has those thick lines and everybody's eyes are shadowed. It was like that, but no, they look like young sort of anime style characters.
Oh, okay.
Which was really weird because he had like the
Young
like
style.
Well, I mean, like compared to the original characters, especially in the town, like all the like the blacksmith, was changed, and like the town crier was changed.
It's like right after I got an Oculus Rift, I bought Skyrim VR, and I really didn't much interest in playing it, but I bought it for my girlfriend. So I wanted her to play it, so I went and I installed the mod that turns the dragons into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh God!
No.
And then she never played, and I was like, God damn it!
Oh, you should have changed in the Thomas the Tank Engine.
Like, in the opening scene, it's like you hear it in the distance, like,
nah, man.
yeah.
No, man. The thing that pushed her over the edge, the thing that actually pushed her over the edge and said, "No, this is too far," breaking my immersion, was monocle top hat wearing crabs.
Oh yeah. Come on, Master Chief. Let's get the fuck out of here. No, I just remembered that thing with Darkest Dungeons because I don't know if you guys know about Oxhorn, the guy who does the Fallout lore videos.
I know of him.
Yeah. Well, back when there was that whole like drama and shit with him, I remember one of the things people like were getting on him about was that whenever he do his lore videos and he had like the in-game footage, he would forget to turn off his mods. So you would see there would be and I went back and like looked at this a couple scenes. There's scenes where like his companion just has her tits out in the video on YouTube. And it's just like, holy shit! How do you fucking not notice that? And then it's like I didn't notice it the first time I watching it. But yeah.
I mean, for me, the only lore channel I really follow is Vati videos. So
the only lore channel.
Oh.
The only lore channel I tend to watch is Beldemort.
Oh, Voldemort?
Yeah, that one, Voldemort.
The only lore channel I watch is the news.
That's not lore. That's fantasy.
Shit.
Well, okay. Now that like few apples back with doing the Fallout lore, I've cut back on watching Oxhorn a lot.
It's too bad there's no real good Shadowrun lore of it or lore channel.
Yeah.
Well, yes, there
Somebody
is
ought to
one.
do that.
The Burger Krieg.
Oh,
true.
I haven't done one of those in a long ass time. I wanted to do the Metropole one next, but I have to finish the novella first, and I haven't worked on that novella in like probably half a year. I wanted to work on it recently, but it's hard to get into because I kind of know what happens, but I also kind of don't.
Honestly, whenever I try writing Berg, my technique is as, I guess, dumb and kind of stereotypical as it is, get drunk and then just spew things onto Google Docs.
I mean...
Yeah, but what if you don't want to bomb on your...
That's not usually how I operate. It's like it's just the act of sitting down and continuing to write is probably just the difficult part. If I did, I could just do it, but, you know.
Ironically enough, when I write, for some reason, I need to... It's like, normally people need to get their ideas going and brain going when they write. For me, I need to turn my brain off.
See, I discover a lot of the stuff that happens while I write it.
Yeah, because that way you don't get spoilers.
Yeah, it's like, for me, like, when I write, like, I get ideas while my brain's going, but if I need to put those ideas on page, I need to get my brain to stop.
That's why I write.
I don't know why. It's
That is kind of unfortunate, though. Like, I would find that very difficult.
Yeah, especially because I can't speak it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too with drawing. It's like if I start overthinking it, I just don't do it.
Anyone that takes real estate advice from YouTube is doomed to fail.
The real estate world is so fraught with bullshit advice anyway, so I just let them just all stop having any money.
I'm kind of glad that that's all kind of collapsing.
Is it though?
Yeah.
No, that's not collapsing. Democracy is collapsing.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 might turn
honestly,
into...
I think we may get a future that looks like fucking Judge Dredd.
Do we actually... I asked this on Twitter, and I think I asked this last week also. Is there actually any, like, positive landlord stories? Sandro has talked about one where, like, his uncle's landlord lowered the rent because he's rich as fuck or something. But that's the only...
Yeah, there's like a couple examples of,
so
like,
true.
Landlords not accepting rents until, like, May or something, but...
Yeah.
It's only a handful. I think the fact that the landlord subreddit is private sort of tells you what's going on.
Damn.
See, if I rented out properties, I wouldn't want to be called landlord. I'd want to be a land duke.
I just want to be called if I had to do that where I rented out property, I just want to be called a lord.
Do you guys want to see something with like some max level of irony here?
Yes. Actually, you can what is it? You can pay to become a lord of Sealand.
And you can pay to become a lord of England and
you could be a
Wales,
baron.
Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland.
Wow.
So I picked this up at a convention like years ago, right? I had no idea that now would be the time that I need it. I just posted it in a studio.
Damn.
I had a talk with someone recently from Northern Ireland, and they were pretty depressed and were on about like, I might kill myself. And I turned around and says, no, well, don't do that. I mean, you want to be remembered, don't you? Just use a car bomb.
Nice.
Like their motive, right? I shit you not. Their motive is like they want to go to an anime world. It's like no, because then they'll check you home and you'll find out that you're just this dumbass weeb that killed himself to.
I'm sorry.
Quote, quote,
he wants to die, and he thinks that if he dies, he'll go to an anime world.
Yeah, man. So
oh my god!
Don't let your family find the truth out. That's why you go with the car bomb option. That way you become.
Nah, with his luck, you'd probably get isekai in the fucking drifters as a grunt soldier.
What the fuck? I didn't know we could pick our own afterlives.
I mean, haven't you seen how many religions there are? You just make one up.
I mean, yeah, sure. But when you die, it's over.
I want to live forever so I can watch the rise of our glorious God Emperor.
You want to
Fair
be
enough.
a perpetual?
Of course.
You want to be a perpetual? Yeah. Do you want to become Vulcan?
Ooh, fuck. Why am I slept like 5 hours tonight, so that's probably why I'm tired.
But he might be dead though.
But no,
I want to
Brady,
become an immortal cat girl.
Brady, you remind me of this meme that I saw popping around in the Brony fandom back when that was popular. Was
You are treading a thin line.
Not about. You said
it was a picture of like how to get to Equestria, and it's a picture of a noose with Ponyville in the noose hole.
Cody, I just posted a GIF in the chat that perfectly describes how your opinion has gone after mentioning that.
Is a noose hole a tracheotomy stoma?
A what?
Or like when they put the hole in your throat?
Oh, tracheotomy, isn't that what it's called? Tracheotomy?
Yeah, but the stoma. The whole a stoma is just a hole in the body.
Thin out their numbers.
Yeah. And then they give you that weird. And then they give you that thing that you stick in the hole and it makes you sound like a robot so you can talk.
It's coming right for us.
Yeah. Oh, but Brady, going back to Baltimore, his videos on Rogel Dorn made me really appreciate Rogel Dorn as like an actual character in
As opposed to the fucking meme in text to speech.
Yeah, where he's either adaptable or adorable. He's either like
Rogel Dorn.
Rogel
Yeah,
Dorn.
or yeah, he's like
Yes.
Rogel dad to the boy. I have a game theory. I think the boy is one of the lost Primarchs. And Kitten is one of the lost Primarchs as well.
God damn it, you just beat me. I was going to say my favorite Primarch is the second one.
I mean, they did make Dominique like a prophet for the Star Child, so anything's possible at this point.
Well, I think it's just the fact that Kitten managed to best Zinch at Yu-Gi-Oh! Or wherever the fuck they were playing.
It's 3D. It was three-dimensional chess strip. Three-dimensional roulette chess strip.
No,
poker.
it's Paradox Billiards, Voistron Roulette, fourth-dimensional hypercube chess strip poker.
Thank you.
All that being said, I think I'm going to end the stream at this point, though. I'm going to stay in voice chat for a bit longer. I'm doing these every week during the quarantine, and I think 90 minutes might be a better format.
If I may, before you end the stream, before you end the stream, Burger, if I may, as the mod of the subreddit, I feel the need to shill it once more. Please post on the subreddit.
I'm gonna shill it in the next video again. Also, I think I should shill these in.
There's
several videos. There's a subreddit now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
Priest made
join it.
Yep.
Nice. I'll have to join it.
I'm not sure if the link is in this. I know that the link is in the description for the main channel now. I might have to update this.
Did you announce this on the Discord?
Did I announce this on the Discord?
I don't think so.
I announced on the Discord in general and in mod chat.
You can also post it in announcements if you feel like it.
Yeah, I think that would be the
thank you.
Yeah, you could even add everyone, and I'm gonna add it to the links. I'm not sure you can add everyone. Unless I'm gonna do it if you can't. But yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming now. Go to the subreddit, and see you.